I'm just responding to her thing by sending in the
Great.
questions. Okay, I just submitted.
Okay, fantastic. So the hopefully she'll get back to us. And we were working yesterday on some other stuff. Let's just quickly look at physical science, see if there's anything there that needs some feedback. Nope, looks like you're getting some good scores and just kind of moving along through there. That's great. Now, just to confirm, this is a full year worth of classes. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
Like we had
But
like not that we need it, but I mean it's not like it's all due, December 15th or something.
no.
Okay. All right. I was sort of wondering that because, you know, it, we were getting along at a good pace and then, we should shoot for being halfway done, or more by December 15th-ish. And I think that'll happen. All right.
Mhm.
Well, we're gonna look at the English uh essay again, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, that's fine.
And we'll do it as easy as we can to kind of, warm up into this. So let me see. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we left off yesterday with this passage here, which says, "It all began around age 10 when I would regularly get sick and stay home from school for up to 2 weeks. My weak immune system was susceptible to regular colds and the flu every season. It got so bad that I would break down and cry when I could feel the sickness coming on. Being sick often meant having to take bitter medicine, overall discomfort, and sometimes led to more severe ailments such as ear infections. Even though it was nice to stay home, I knew the moment I would get back to school, I would be far behind in my schoolwork since I was gone for so long. I wasn't a bad student, but being sick all the time made
It hard.
made it hard. So this is why you read out loud, because sometimes you see things. For me to be the best student I could be. Um, when I came back from school from being sick, it made me not be confident because I knew it would happen again. Didn't participate a lot in class or ask my teachers for help when I needed it. Okay. So you can see like this is where if you wanted to, you could rewrite a lot of this like over and over again. The real writing process is over and over and over again. Um, like it's not just you write it and you're done. It's really that the um you have to like every time you look at it, you can find something new. So like this conveys the message that um you weren't a bad student, but because you were sick, you lost confidence and because you knew it was going to happen again, and you just kind of got into a bad pattern, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. So we need to like transition out of this, which is now what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the whole moving thing. Um, So, you want to say that what we're trying to say is that the moving, even though you initially didn't want to move, it turned out to be a good thing.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's going to be our either our transition or our topic sentence in this next paragraph. Because we talked about this idea somewhere down here that our next body paragraph is about moving and figure skating. Uh, so will you try to write a sentence? Actually, let's do it differently. That you did it better last time, when I did the who, what, where, when, and why. That was really good. Um, I guess talk about the emotions of moving, the emotions of moving. Now let me go look at your other document to see if we don't have that. Okay. What were some of the emotions you had as part of moving? Could you write a sentence or two about that?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Here's what I've written so far. I've written a lot because, yeah.
More is better. So one, like the thing that I don't think teachers emphasize enough, and this is, this is totally like, my perspective. It's not really accepted perspective. I think more is better initially. I think it's a lot harder for students to it's easier to prune than to grow. So um the this is all helps to put something in, it doesn't have to necessarily be in this paragraph, could be in the introduction, could be in the conclusion. Um, so let's take a look here what you have written. Thank you for doing that. Um, so when I had to move from California to Arizona, it was a very sad time. When my parents first told me the news, I thought they were joking until we started visiting Arizona, look at the school I was going to attend and where my house would be located. I was upset and angry that I have to leave since I was going into middle school soon, and I have to leave all my friends behind. I never told my mom this bothered me because I still got to spend time with my friends and hang out with them before I left. A few days before I was supposed to leave, my parents surprised me with a party, and all my friends were there to say goodbye. That made my day better, and I was happy to see them one last time. All right. Yeah, it's actually like a body paragraph.
Yeah,
Thinking,
moving took a toll on me, man. I remember it very well.
yeah, and that's, that's kind of normal. Like the I always say it this way, whenever you're doing something like that, and like it's the best case scenario is that it just happens, like it just works. There's no, it's not uh like there's like better than that. It's just we made it, like on a long
Yeah, I'm
road trip.
alive.
You get there. All right, yeah. So um
Moving just hurt me a lot because
yeah, it's stressful.
yeah, even though I can visit and see my friends, like that's fine. Like my parents even say that like moving when someone's almost a teenager is the hardest thing in the world because when they're a kid, they're like, okay, then we're moving. Okay, bye guys. When you're a kid and you have like when you're a teen, you have friends, you're like, I don't want to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
very
still
it's
keep in
very
contact.
yeah, and but it's hard. It's hard. Both sides have to make a commitment to doing that, and it's just it's just everything's harder. It's easier when you're both in the same location, we'll say.
Yeah. Thank God Arizona has a six you can if you drive it's a 6 hour drive, which isn't bad. You can fly there for like an hour and back. So basically I have two ways of flying over or driving over, so I'm fine. So it's not the end of the world.
Exactly. So actually we can just leave this as is. I don't think like I was gonna do it differently, but um
Look at me
this
go.
is
I wrote
really,
a whole body paragraph.
yeah, no, that's what it takes. Because it's easier, like I said, it's easier to trim than to add. And there is a word count. Um, the word count, you're looking at least 100 words per paragraph. So 5 paragraphs to 6 paragraphs is what we're looking for. So the next one here, we really want to talk about figure skating. Okay, and uh, if we go back to like the whole like purpose of this, we're arguing that change is a good thing, and we really haven't addressed that yet. But this change was necessary to get you to get into figure skating again. It's like you say here, if I didn't move to Arizona, I would never have tried figure skating.
Yeah.
So we would like to, and this is going to be a little bit hard for you, is you want to briefly talk about how figure skating occurred. The basically I think the way you told me was your dad, I don't know, I remember like you were getting gas or something, and he's like, "Hey, you want to try figure skating again?" And then you started like the next week. Um,
No, I think it was I'm sitting on the kitchen table in our house, and my dad comes up to me. He's like, "Do you want to try figure skating? There's like an ice rink right next to us." I'm like, "Yeah, sure, why not?"
so that is important to say here, but then we want to talk about like all the things that you have gained as a result of figure skating. Okay, and let's avoid talking about school for this paragraph. We'll address that in the next one. Okay. So like what are some of the things that you've gained from figure skating? And I can think things like maybe your confidence has increased. You've probably made some friendships. Um,
Yeah.
what are some other things that might come to mind
Um,
about that?
I've I haven't stopped skating, like I've been skating for almost, yeah, 30 years now.
So it's been it's almost like a lifestyle when you start
Yeah.
doing something that it's incorporated into who you are. Um, there's a lot of like maturity that happens.
Yeah.
So what I'm looking for, just to be clear here, is as much writing as you can give me, but we want to very briefly give the backstory of how you started. Okay. And then you want to really talk about all the things that you've gained as a result of figure skating, like what the positives. This should be a very positive paragraph because your previous ones are kind of negative, and for good reason. Like that's the whole point of this is like I was sick and then I had to move, but now we're coming out of the fog. We're coming into the light.
Or like we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes, and it's not an oncoming train.
Haha.
Yeah. All right. So is there enough there to sort of get you to put something
Yeah.
together? Okay. Sounds good. I'm gonna just mute myself shortly. I've got to step away, but I'll be right
Okay.
back with you. I am back if you have any questions, but keep going on whatever you're doing.
Yeah, I'm still typing. All right, here's what I wrote.
Okay. All right. So after I moved to Arizona, I was eating dinner at the dinner table. My dad came to me and asked if I wanted to try figure skating. I told him, sure, why not? He signed me up for a class, and I've been skating for 3 years now. Skating helped me a lot. It made me more confident. I've made some friends as well, more mature, and I'm grateful to have started the sport. Okay, so it's not the big like life-changing experience that we kind of thought it would be, the way we've kind of been leading up to this moment.
Yeah.
Um, is there more that you can say here about how big this has been for you?
It's been big because like I have like four friends from skating, and I'm grateful to have met those four friends because we talk like all the time.
Okay, so it's the friendships, but like, is it like um what it's always better the more you can say here about it, but it doesn't feel like there's enough of like what about it has made you more confident? I mean, I remember you saying things like you feel, free on the ice. I mean, I think you might even lose track of time.
Yeah, I do
Um,
lose track of time.
I don't know, you sort of zone out, but in a good way where you're not thinking
I
about
don't,
all the other things in life.
yeah, when I skate, I don't even pay attention to the clock because I'm too busy skating and having fun.
So those would be some things to add here. Um, can you give me any of those things?
Yeah.
We want to really build this part up, how amazing great it has been for you, and it has been.
Right, I don't know what else to write. Like, this is what I wrote right now, but I know I can add more. I just don't know what else.
So let me probe you with some more direct questions. Why does skating make you feel confident? You wrote that. So why does skating make you feel confident? Why are you grateful to have started this sport?
I'm grateful to have started the sport because if I didn't, I wouldn't have made the friends that I have right now.
Okay. And so you're gonna have to type some answers here for me. But the other thing is, and I want this. I'm very bad at not being very direct with my questions, but um, don't take this as like ever. Please don't ever feel like I'm attacking. What I want to ask here is are these new friends better than your old friends?
Now that's a question that I would never want to answer, but
Okay. Right. And
they're
it's so
both equally better. They're both equally the same. They're
so
both equal.
what I'm getting at is like maybe these are the right friends for you right now in your life.
Yeah.
And and yeah, there's someone said this to me once, you're here for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, you know. Um,
Yeah.
I I'm not trying to suggest that like your friends are good or bad but like we do want to say something about these friendships. Like really the question is what is the essence of these friendships? Are they gating friends or are they
So
um,
like I would say that one of the friends from my skating group, she's not just a skating friend because we've hung out of the ice. We're also like we talk the
but
most, and yeah, we're like a little bit more closer.
and that's what you want to sort of get out of this. Okay. So answering these questions will help to make this paragraph more substantial.
All right, here's what I wrote.
So this is good. Now this is more of the look of a body paragraph here. Very good. So we want to continue being positive as we kind of move in it. So the next paragraph here, which we're not going to have time to start, we'll work on that next hour. But the next where we're going here is we want to talk about improvements in schools. So we'll get to that in a bit. Uh, One of the things that I mentioned a few times here is like if we just read this out loud, if you start reading it out loud, you'll start to notice some things that would be good to change. Um, there are a number of potential places where we can reword this. But this is how you write. Like this is, in my opinion, best way to write. It's to dump. It's just more is better. More is better. And this is not the way that most people write because they want to make it perfect. And there is nothing that's perfect to start. So you have to just refine it over and over again. Um, but what you've done here is you've crafted in a short amount of time, a couple of body paragraphs here, and that's really good. That's really, really important to do. You cannot write quick. You cannot write good. You cannot write well quickly. It just is impossible to do. So
But I did it.
you've done it. You've done it, and that's what's important here. So if we go back, it's always good to go back to like what you're actually answering here. It says the lessons we take from obstacles we encounter can be fundamental to later success. So in your case, your success is skating. Recount a time when you faced a challenge, setback, or failure. So how have we addressed that? Yes, you were sick, you didn't do well in school, and you moved. That's definitely fits that. How did it affect you? You've addressed that where you're like, I was pretty upset that we're moving, leaving my friends. What did you learn from the experience? Well, we're getting to that. We're going to address that here in the conclusion as well. But basically, we're saying like change is a good thing. That's what you said here.
Yeah.
So um, you and I kind of know what we're trying to say, but we have to. What's missing now is an introduction, that improvements in school, and then some sort of conclusion. So we'll see if we can knock that out here in the next hour. But let's take a short break. I will see you at 11, and good job. I'll see you shortly.
Thank you.